Hey everybody, this is Big Jack here at a different blend, which is a barber shop. Getting ready to get my cut. I want you to look at me now because this man getting ready to do some magic. So I'm gonna go in here, check it out, and then I'm gonna show you what the after looks like. So you're seeing the before. Yeah, let me real quick. I was in the military, and I think we was in the National Training Center, which is in Fort Irwin, California. It had to be around November time frame, this time frame now, because I remember having Thanksgiving dinner there at the training center. And so in the daytime, it would get around 80, 90 degrees out there in California in the desert. And at night, it would get down to around 70 degrees, but it felt like it was 20 below. I mean, it was the coldest ever been in my life. I mean, I had never been that cold. Now, a lot of it comes from your body being so hot in the daytime, and then when the sun go down, it cools down. Even though it's only 70 degrees, it gets cold out there in that desert area. I probably was in the 10th grade, and I was going with this girl, so she was my girlfriend, and she invited me to church. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And her mom and her came by my house and picked me up to take me to church. I had on, a pair of nice pants and a nice shirt, and I went with them to church. I felt, proud to be there with them and was trying to, do my best. And as I went into church and the service was decent and I had a good time, and I was like, well, okay, all right. So now we're on our way home. So on our way home, the mother, she reaches over to me, and as she's driving me down the road, and she gets in my house to drop me off, and she leans over to me. For the first time in my life, I have to get a real job. And I say I have to get a real job. And that's because for the first time, again in my life, I have real responsibilities. See, the military, it's a great career. It's a great adventure. It's a great experience, but it doesn't really prepare you for when you get out of the military. Because when you get out of the military, there's no more government quarters. There's no more food rations and paid uniforms and free medical and dental and vision and all those other perks that comes with being a military soldier or being a soldier at all. Those are the things that you don't know when you're in, that when you get out, they become real. So now for the first time, I have to now find a real job that's going to pay me enough to pay my rent, pay my water bill, pay my electric bill, pay for food, pay for my family, pay for my car, pay for the other responsibilities that I have, my cable and my cell phone. Those are the things that I now have to take care of that I didn't have to take care of before. The other day I had a person come to me and ask me, why are you starting a YouTube channel? Why wait till you're 53 years old to start putting and posting videos on YouTube and sharing your stories on YouTube? These stories are not new. These are not stories that happened to me the last couple of days, even the last couple of years. So why now? And I had to share with the person, this is my safety service announcement to you. I ask you all to listen very carefully. Listen to the whole video, because I would hate for anyone to get hurt. This is a very serious situation. I was in my quarters one day, and this was while I was in the military, and we were getting ready for service, and I had some clothes in the clothes dryer, and then the dryer was running, and we were getting ready, and then I heard this loud noise. I mean, it was like a squeaky noise, but it was real loud, and I'm sitting there like, what the heck is that noise? So I go to the laundry room area in our quarters, and I moved the dryer to see what it was. When I moved the dryer... Hey everybody, guess what? I just found out. I'm on Netflix. I mean, really, I'm on Netflix. I can't believe it, but I am on Netflix. What happened was I was on my way home from work. My cousin called me and he said, hey, check it out, man. We're on Netflix. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, we're on Netflix. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I'm still driving, so I can't look it up at this time. So he said, nah, you got to check it out. So he texted me the episode. So if you go to Netflix and right now Netflix has a special they're doing on... Hey, family. When the Lord puts something on your heart, you better stop, listen, and obey. As I was watching the videos today and I was looking at what Tierra B put out, and she was talking about the challenge of not editing and just putting out raw material as we present our content. And I was sitting there thinking, and the Lord put on my heart, this is a new definition of DEI. And I was like, well, it's a new DEI message. I mean, I work at a company that every meeting we have a safety message and we have a DEI message. And the Lord put on my heart, this is a new DEI message. And I'm sitting there like, I can't quite understand what you're saying, Lord. But as he was speaking to me, and he said, listen to the stories. Listen to what Tara B is saying. Look at the comments. And as you subscribe to all these people who watch their videos, and the new DEI message came, and it was about as clear as the nose on my face if I'm looking in the mirror, as clear as my hands as I'm seeing them. And it came out so clear. Have you ever been knocked out? I mean, like knocked out cold. I mean, I'm talking like the movie Fridays with Smokey standing over Debo talking about, you've been knocked the freak out. I'm talking knocked out cold. Well, let me tell you this story. I was in the military, basic training, and then in the military, you got two seasons. You got the warm seasons and the cold seasons. And in the warm seasons, we roll our sleeves up. The cold seasons, the sleeves are down. So the BDU top was the top that you normally see soldiers in, the green camouflage tops. They're just long sleeves. There's not a short sleeve or a long sleeve. They're all long sleeves. So in the springtime and summertime, we roll the sleeves up. The sleeves will go up, and then in the winter times and the fall, the sleeves will come down. So we're in the springtime or maybe summertime, and it's time to get the sleeves rolled up. So I'm in there and I'm rolling my sleeves up, and I'm getting my sleeves up. So just imagine this is a long sleeve shirt. So I'm rolling my sleeves up, and I get to a point where I'm trying to get the sleeve across. But then that first day, while we was at reception, and all of a sudden this cattle car pull up. And if you don't know what a cattle car is, that's the same vehicles that the cows are transported in. And it came up, and it probably fit about 50, 55, 60 people inside this cattle car. All you can see is little slots out of the side, so you can barely see where you're going. And they get us and they put us inside this cattle car. The driver's onto the other side of the base. Fort Sill, Oklahoma in the summertime, had to be around 90 degrees, 95 degrees. We're in this cattle car with all our gear. We got 2 duffel bags full of gear and whatever personal stuff you bought. Number one thing I'll tell anybody who might be going into the military, don't take anything with you. You don't need anything. They will provide everything. I'm out there thinking I'm going on vacation. I got a suitcase. I got another little gym bag with me. Oh, that was the biggest mistake I ever made. I wish somebody would have told me that before I went in. But hey, don't take anything with you. They'll provide everything. So I'm in the cattle car. We're driving across base. The cattle car stops. And then the nightmare begins. Because, if I could go back 20 years, there are like 10 things I wish I knew 20 years ago. I mean, right now, because I'm 53 years old, if I could go back to when I was 33 years old, that would be 20 years back, there'll be these 10 things I wish I knew. Talk a little bit about this new direction we're going with this channel. Back when I turned 50, a couple of years ago, my daughter-in-law gave me a book, and it was more like a book of my life, or, it's just like my history of me. And she wanted me to fill out the book because it would allow my grandkids to know more about, their